Hi, boys and girls. We're going to continue our read aloud. We're going to be continuing with Miss Yonkers is Bonkers. Chapter 3, Emily is a giant hamster. There was a bunch of computers in the computer lab, of course. What did you expect to see in a computer lab? Man, are you dumb. But there was something else in the computer lab, too. It was a wheel, like one of those wheels you see in a hamster cage, except this one was 6 feet tall. Howdy, y'all, Miss Yonkers said when she opened the door. She wasn't wearing her cheese hat anymore. Instead, she was dressed in a jogging outfit and she had on a cowboy hat. Wow, I said, that's a big wheel. Everything's bigger in Texas, said Miss Yonkers. What does it do? Asked Emily. It generates electricity. When I run inside the wheel, it powers the computer. Why not just plug the computer into the wall socket? Asked Neil, the nude kid. This saves energy, Miss Yonkers explained. You burn less oil and you have a lower electricity bill. Plus, I get exercise. Win-win. It's cool, we all agreed. Miss Yonkers told us that she likes to use technology to solve problems. She even started her own computer company called NERD, New Electronic Research Development. Miss Yonkers showed us a virtual reality helmet, night vision goggles, and some cool stuff she invented. And here is a founding member of the company, she said, as she pulled a big turtle out of a cage. This is my friend Speedy. He's adorable, said Andrea, who never misses a chance to brown-nose a grown-up. What's that thing on his back? Asked Ryan. It's a tiny camera, said Miss Yonkers. I call it Turtle Cam. While Speedy moves around the room, we'll be able to follow his progress on my website. Can we see how it works? Asked Ryan. I'm still ironing out the bugs, said Miss Yonkers. Please, 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 everyone begged. If you want anything from a grown-up, all you have to do is say please until they can't stand it anymore. That's the first rule of being a kid. Well, okay, Miss Yonkers said, putting Speedy on the floor. Who wants to run on the wheel to turn on the computer? Me, 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 everybody shouted. Miss Yonkers did eeny, meeny, miny, moe. The last moe was Emily, the lucky stiff. Emily climbed inside the wheel and started running. The wheel turned around, but the computer didn't turn on because Emily runs about as fast as Speedy the turtle. Faster, Emily, faster, we all yelled. The computer screen started to flicker on when Emily ran faster. Speedy was walking around the room, and we could see a picture of what he was looking at. Turtle Cam was cool. Faster, we all yelled. Faster! Emily was running as hard as she could. The wheel was spinning really fast now and making lots of noise. Speedy walked around to the front of the wheel, and that's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. The nuts and bolts that were holding the wheel to its frame must have gotten loose somehow. The wheel started rolling away. It was headed for the wall. Emily was still inside, and she was upside down. Watch out! We all yelled. Speedy barely got out of the way before the wheel crashed into the wall. We all rushed over there. Emily staggered out of the wheel, all dizzy, and fell down. She was on the floor freaking out. It was hilarious. What happened, Andrea? Asked Miss Yonkers. I guess the computer crashed, she replied. Emily was shaken up pretty good, but it looked like she was going to be okay. Hey, where's Speedy? Asked Ryan. He looked all around the computer lab. No Speedy. He's gone, cried Miss Yonkers. Chapter 4. Sharpening pencils can be dangerous. Miss Yonkers wasn't too worried about Speedy the turtle. She said he runs away all the time, but thanks to the turtle cam, she usually can find him. She turned on another computer, one that was plugged into the wall socket this time. There he is, we shouted as Miss Yonkers clicked on the turtle cam. How did that rascal get outside, she said. We all watched the screen closely. Speedy was heading towards some cars in the parking lot. Maybe he climbed out of the window, Neil the new kid guessed. We saw some bushes on the computer screen, and then the screen got darker, and all we could see was leaves and sticks. Speedy went into the woods, I said. Well, he'll be lost forever, said Michael. We've got to do something, shouted Emily, and she went running out of the room. Emily is weird. Don't worry, said Miss Yonkers. I'm sure Speedy will come back. In the meantime, you'll have to see my latest top secret invention. Yeah, we all shouted. Miss Yonkers took out a small box off her desk drawer. Is that a remote control? I asked. Yes. I am a remote control freak. At home, I use my remote control to open my garage, turn on my TV and microwave, and I even start my car. But this remote control is different. It's a remote control. What's a remote control, asked Ryan. It's a remote control you use when you don't feel like getting off the couch to pick up your regular remote control. So, Miss Yonkers, you press a button on a remote control. Then you can control your remote control. That's cool, we all agreed. Miss Yonkers is a genius. She should get the Nobel Prize. That's a prize they give to people who don't have bells. You should invent a remote control, suggested Michael. That would be silly, Miss Yonkers said. She took another box out of her desk drawer. But check this out. It's the world's first remote control pencil sharpener. Wow, we all said. How does it work? I asked. You put your pencil in the little hole and you can go as far as 50 feet away to turn it on. Then you go back and get your pencil sharpener all sharpened and ready to use. That's cool, I said. Why would anyone want to do that? Asked Emily. Isn't it easier to just stay right there at the pencil sharpener? It's cooler to sharpen a pencil by remote control, I told Andrea. Doing anything by remote control is cooler, if you ask me. Also, it's the first pencil sharpener that gives you a workout, Miss Yonkers explained. Like to jog around the room when my pencil's being sharpened, it's a win-win. Can we try it out? Asked Neil, the new kid. Well, I'm still ironing out the bugs, Miss Yonkers said. Please. Well, okay. Miss Yonkers stuck a pencil in the pencil sharpener, and then she picked up her remote control and led us over to the other end of the computer lab. Now watch this, she said, and she pushed a button on the remote, and the pencil sharpener started making noises. We all clapped our hands, and then, bam! There was a huge explosion. Pieces of pencil and pencil sharpener went flying all over the computer lab. Duck, I shouted. We all stopped, dropped, and rolled like we do during a fire drill. When we got up off the floor, there was smoke pouring out of what was left of the pencil sharpener. It was cool. I thought Miss Yonkers was going to be upset that her remote control pencil sharpener had exploded into 1,100,000 pieces, but she didn't seem to mind at all. Luckily, I have used the remote control, she said. We were out of harm's way and no one got hurt. Imagine how many kids would have been injured if we had used the regular pencil sharpener and it exploded. Remote control pencil sharpeners are much safer. Miss Yonkers is bonkers.